stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon, everybody. I gotta check my stuff. I just hooked it up again. Okay, good. It's got the right stuff. Yay. Nobody's up. I'll be right back. I'm just grabbing something real quick. All right. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Amber. Put some light in the situation. I hope everybody's having a good day. This used to say Santiago's, and it was green. Where am I? I'm in Colorado. So I'm going to show off some chips. This is one of my 8-year chips. Amber made this for me. It's kind of hard to see on here. That's backwards. But it's got a little dragon in there. This camera doesn't do it justice. Thank you, Amber, very much. My mom gave me her old chip. These are the old chips. What is it? All right. Gave me her old 8-year chip. Thank you, camera, for sucking ass. This is before the triangles. And it's 32 years old. So, no, that didn't help. I tried. We tried. Thank you for the suggestion, though. All right, may I put it behind something white or something, but we're at the 3-minute mark, and I do want to get this done before the 3 o'clock meeting. So, welcome, Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. The 3 o'clock. Johnny's chairing, so. I need front light. Oh, yeah. Watch. Bing. I have front light. It's the camera. It's the way the camera's set up. There's no light right here. So welcome, Daily Trudge. If you're here, please say hello. This has been a very long week for me. I'm glad it's over. I am. I'm ready to relax, clean the house. Do I know what is best for me? This is a loaded question. The real question is, how do I know what is best for me? Okay. And really only you can decide this. It's your recovery. It's your life. You're the one that needs to deal with any consequences that comes along. Sometimes those consequences are good. Yes, you can have good consequences. There's still consequences are just what happens because of your actions. That's what consequences are. And sometimes consequences can be good. $53 still dealing with acne. It's better than dealing with acme. Only some people are going to get that joke. It's a Looney Tunes joke. Okay. So, where are we going to start with all this? Because it's a lot, isn't it? Because when I first got here, they told me that all my best thoughts got me here. And they were right. They were correct when they said that all my best thoughts got me to AA. So what am I going to do about it? What's the answer? Well, the first answer lies in the first step. Yeah. Unmanageability. See, my life is still unmanageable if I take control of it. See, there's an if in there. My life is quite manageable when I kind of stay out of it. Hi, Gary. And good afternoon. It says Facebook user, so I'm not sure who it is. But we've got Michelle and Amber, Ingrid, Gary, and one other person. Oh, good afternoon. That's probably Patricia. So honesty is going to be the first one. Well, how do we get to honesty? Well, awareness, acceptance. Okay. I could have named this knowing is half the battle. Because in this case, for people with addiction who are also steeped in denial, right? Oh yeah, I guess right. It is Patricia. I don't always guess right. Sometimes I'm wrong. Right? So we get to a place where it's like, my life ain't going that well right now. It was worse than that, right? But even then, sometimes in recovery, you might find that life isn't going well. And maybe what I'm doing is trying to determine what is best for me, because I don't always know what's best for me. So, and when I do need to figure out what's best with me, it is usually a good idea to talk with someone else. In fact, I probably wouldn't make any decisions without talking to somebody else. Every single person that that you respect their spirituality always goes to somebody else first. They always check, because you never know I never really know what this is up to. So I need to double check, and there's nothing wrong with that. And all we're doing is saying, hey, you know what? I really need to figure out what my intentions are here. Am I being a snake? Am I trying to do something tricky? Am I trying to get some kind of credit out of this? What am I trying to get out of this? And it's okay to be honest with yourself. Sometimes I say, well, you know what? I'm trying to be the center of attention, so maybe I shouldn't do it. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. Maybe I need to do it a different way. All right. I do have a reading on this. I stole it. This is upside down. It's from July 18th in A Day at a Time. I just didn't feel like talking about the 4th step and some of the other stuff because, we've been talking about it for 20 days. So very few of us know what we really want, and none of us knows what is best for us. That knowledge is in the hands of God. We're going to have to put something else in here. Trust. Trust equals faith. Yeah. Do I trust my higher power? I'm going to need to. If I want that obsession lifted, I'm going to need to trust. Actually, let me rephrase that. Willingness. I'm going to need willingness. I've seen some people who haven't totally given themselves to God yet, whose obsession has been lifted. I've seen it. Okay, but they won't get the full effect of the program. See, sometimes God gives us that gift to say, hey, look what I can do for you that you cannot do for yourself. And what is that? That's proof in the pudding. That is fact. It becomes your experience. It'll become your first spiritual experience. My very first spiritual experience was when I turned around one day and said, I don't feel like drinking. That was my first spiritual experience. Okay. And what do we call that? We call it a perfect release. Why not use the same thing for the rest of my life? Even if I do have willpower over it, doesn't matter. It does not matter whether I have willpower over it or not. I need to give it to God because I need to he needs to determine the true worth. Because once God has determined the true worth, I can move forward. Am I going to know my true worth? I'm starting to know. I'm getting glimpses. I don't know whether it's all of it or not. I'm not God. I'm not God. But I also have this other skill called delayed gratification. And what this allows me to do is continue on with my day, even though I have wants and needs that I need to take care of. It allows me to do that. It allows me not to worry about other problems while I'm working on another problem. It allows me to focus on what's going on. So that way my time is not wasted. Because time is the most valuable. Even though I'd say time don't mean shit, in this case, time is your most valuable resource. Your time with other people is your most valuable resource. You are the most valuable resource that you have. Even though you have other people in your life that you can depend on, that you could say, hey, this might be a better fit for you or whatever. It doesn't matter. You were that launching pad. Do you see? Do you see how important you are to the rest of the world? Okay. Your absence would be missed. Wow, huh? Pretty cool. Wasn't too long ago, our absence would have been appreciated. This is a fact I must ultimately accept. In spite of my rebelliousness and stubborn resistance, I'm still a rebel. I'm a rebel at heart, man. I do. I still do it. I go against the grain. I am usually the unpopular opinion, and I'm okay. That's okay. Because I only work with one thing, and that's the truth. That's all I got, man. Okay? The time of lying and deceiving and manipulation, those days are over, man. I don't live there. I don't live there. So my rebelliousness and my stubbornness, okay, my stubbornness I had to get rid of, because that right there will not help me at all. Okay. Now, that's not true. I could be stubborn about some things. I'm being very stubborn about the detox being put in Adams County. I'm being very stubborn about it. Half the people went on vacation. They have some nice emails when they get back. They should have followed up. Gotta follow up with me. If you don't, you will hear from me. I'll limit my prayers to requests for guidance and open-minded to receive and a strength to act upon it. I've never, aside from my own foxhole prayers, I've never been taught to pray any other way. I only ask for one thing. I ask for God to keep me sober. Sit. Oh, that's not true. I also ask him to remove anything that's standing in my way between me and him. When I pray for other people, I pray for courage. I pray for strength. I don't pray for easy. And I will never, ever pray for money for you. I just won't. I will pray for you the courage to get through what you're going through, though. You bet. You want to know why? Because I found something out that it's much better to have more courage and less fear. See, right there, we think wrong. We think wrong. Oh, God's going to lessen my fears. That'll be so nice. Nope. God said that's not the way it works. He says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand you a shit ton of courage. Trust me, it's better. See how I do not determine my own worth. Those are the mistakes I would make. To this day, I would still do that. It's this, man. Yeah, I still get to use it. I get to use my brain now, but it's the last place I go for information. I don't make decisions up here. I make decisions here after I've talked to somebody. To the best of my capability, I'll defer all decisions until my contact with my higher power has made it seemingly apparent what decisions are right for me. The answers will come. If your own house is in order. Okay. I'm going to give you a story. I always give you a story. Well, examples. When I first got here, I'm an idea man. I wanted to do all sorts of stuff, opening up another club. We need this, we need that. See, I didn't understand what was going on yet. So, so my sponsor would tell me, Dion, you have great ideas, but no. And this was God answering me. And God was saying, no, Dion, no. After a couple of years, it started to be not yet. Not yet, Dion. Not yet. Now, quite frequently, the answer is yes. Not always. Not always. Now, sometimes the answer is kind of. Like, yes, Dion, that is what's going to happen, but it's going to look more like this. I can go with that because I don't have any expectations. I don't have, I just, to put expectations on things, I already know. I've been doing this long enough that it just doesn't even occur. Because then what happens is then I get down and then I don't get to enjoy what's going on. And I'll miss out, and I don't want to miss out. See? It's still selfish, isn't it? But it's for the right reasons. It's for the right reasons. Everybody, the meeting yesterday, everybody knew I was having a hard time. And they just loved me. We had fun. We had a lot of fun. And that's all I wanted. I just wanted to have some fun with some friends. And I got what I wanted. Yeah. Because there it is. Do I really know what I want? Okay. A lot of times people come to me because they see what I'm doing. They're like, oh, I want to do that too. That's my passion. And it turns out that isn't their passion, but that's okay. That's okay. I will help you find your passion. You need to have a passion in your life. That's where I get my success. What are my passions? You know my passions: recovery, homelessness, community. Those are kind of what I work with. Now I have to be careful to stay in that lane. Remember, beginning of the year, actually, it was last year, I got in a little bit into fentanyl, and I'm going to tell you, I fucked it up. I did, man. It isn't that I fucked it up. It's that I was unthinking. I was. And that wasn't cool. So I shut it down because it wasn't the right thing. And some people were upset, but I told them I'm not the fentanyl expert. And what's going to happen is I'm going to give the wrong thing, and that may kill somebody. And there's no way I'm doing that. No. There's no amount of money in the world that you could give me to speak on something that I don't know about, if it's going to hurt people like that. So, do I bargain with my higher power, assuming I know what's best with me? No, ever. If I do this, will you give me that? No, it doesn't work like that. And don't think that I haven't been through things where, because I put a lot of work into this. But don't think there aren't sometimes when I think, hey, God, where's my due, man? Where's my thousands of dollars so that I can go fucking on vacation to some island? I'd love that. Are you kidding? I'm a water baby. You know, when I see a waterfall, I'm just like drawn to it. You know, so yeah, I go through it, but then I remember I'm not determining those things. God has a plan. God has a plan, and I know it's better than mine. You too. We'll see you soon. Oh, I do need to wrap this up. Thank you thank you. Ingrid's kind of my impromptu producer. She reminds me that I have to wrap up and things. So I went outside. It was all hazy outside. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I saw it was 420. Now it's because of the snow. All right. Today I pray, may I try not to make pacts with my higher power. This isn't let's make a deal. There's no deal to be made. No deal to be made. Is that what it is? 21 minutes? Okay. Instead, may I be a vessel, open to whatever inspiration God wishes to pour into me. I'm going to tell you that. That's what I do. A lot of times, like when I start going and I'm like, that's God. I don't necessarily remember those parts. I step aside. When I speak, I step aside. I let God speak. When I do podcasting, I'm kind of there, but mostly it's God. I want to be a vessel. Okay? And when I become open to be a vessel, that's when people say, God, you shine. They'll stare at me. People will stare at me because my eyes are shining. That's why. When your eyes shine, people will stare at you. Okay? They're not doing it on purpose. They can't help themselves. They see something beautiful and they want to keep looking. Isn't that hard? Doesn't that feel hard? Good to me. It's like I don't want control over other people at all. It feels icky to me. So I pray that I'll remember that God's decisions are better for me than my own fumbling plans, and that they will come to me at the times I need them. Today I'll remember I will not bargain with God. Here's the bargain. Trust in God and your life will get better. Clean house. Clean house. Clean your side of the street. Take care of your stuff. And God will give it to you back 10 times. I promise you that. I promise you that. Absolutely. I've been doing this for a while, and every day I learn something new. I think that's awesome. And it says it, I read it in the Keys to the Kingdom last night, where it says that AA can keep any human being striving for as long as they live. Listen to that. Any human being striving for as long as they live. That includes you. That includes me. What are they talking about? They're talking about the success that you will have in AA. The success that you will have in life because you decided to be a better person. It seems small and simple, but really the effect is huge. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.